Hey guys, it's Charles. How y'all doing today? So I figured that many of you being into games and anime perhaps have an interest in traveling to Japan, or maybe you'd even like to try and live here one day. And that's an awesome thing because it's a really nice place with tons of fun things to do. But probably when you come here, you'd also like to avoid embarrassing yourself or causing yourself physical or mental discomfort. So today I just wanted to share with you a few things that you should never do while you're in Japan. The Japanese are very sticky about this. In most Japanese homes, there is always a thing called a genkan, which is a kind of entranceway to the house, and usually a slight elevation before you go into the main area of the house. And the expectation is that you take your shoes off right there, leave them at the door. The same thing applies at some restaurants where there are tatami rooms. You really don't want to look like a goofball walking all over the clean floors with your shoes on.
また財布忘れちゃった。靴脱ぐめんどくせえな。
On the flip side, among Japanese people, there is this stereotype that particularly in America, everybody is wearing their shoes in the house. Do you wear your shoes in the house? I know if I wore my shoes at my mom's house in Canada, she'd be super pissed off. So I'm seriously wondering who actually would wear their shoes in the house. That seems a bit strange. This one is not so serious, but it is a kind of taboo thing to be eating while you're walking around. Usually people will stop outside a convenience store if they buy something on the go and eat it there before moving on with their day. Or if they grab something in a vending machine, they'll drink it there before heading elsewhere. I don't think I've ever really seen any Japanese people eating while they're walking. It's a bit odd. Particularly if you're eating stuff on the train, you might get a little bit of a stink eye, especially if it's something smelly, but I think it's just common sense not to eat stinky things on the train. For me, to be honest, I cheat a little bit here, and sometimes I have a small and scentless kind of morsel like a calorie mate if I'm in a rush, and I just want to get something into my stomach before I reach my destination. But yeah, if you want to appear cool or cultured, you probably shouldn't be eating things while you're walking around or on the train. Similarly, you should not use your phone while you're on the train or the bus. This really bothers people around you, and especially on the bus, the passengers aren't going to say anything, but very likely the bus driver will make an intercom announcement to call you out, and it'll just be a real awkward situation. So don't use your phone when you're taking public transportation. Same goes for talking in super loud voices. You will see sometimes younger Japanese people being really loud on the bus, but actually most people find that pretty annoying, but you know, kids are kids. Feeling your shoulders all knotted up after a long day of dragging your cosplays and Love Live figures around in a suitcase? Delighted that a young lady has approached you and asked if you would like a massage? Exactly what you needed at this particular moment? What seems like the perfect way to end your day? Well, it's probably not the kind of massage that you're looking for. My advice is to stay away from people who come and ask you for massages. On the other hand, if you want a proper massage, it's usually pretty easy to find a massage place, a legitimate massage place, in any of the major shopping arcades or shopping malls, so that's my advice on that. You may be from a North American city like me where people just throw their shit all over the streets like sloppy pigs, but that doesn't fly in Japan. People are super conscientious about the streets and keeping them clean. So don't throw your wrappers and other trash out. Hold them with you until you can find a place to deposit them, whether that be in a trash can at a convenience store or a trash can at the train station, or to take them home. Don't litter or you'll get kicked in the crotch. Don't smoke marijuana. You'll be jailed or deported. Japan is still a very cash-based society, and there are a lot of places that don't take credit card or debit card, cash only. And if you're like me, this could lead to some embarrassing situations. I've went out for a kind of special dinner before and forgotten to bring any cash with me. So one time I actually, just before it was time to pay and realizing I had nothing with me, I said I needed to go to the washroom, and then I went out the front door, ran down the street to 7-Eleven and withdrew money, then came back. It was a little bit awkward, but what can you do? So yeah, try to bring a little bit of cash around with you. Most Japanese people probably carry anywhere from about ichiman to niman yen with them, just to be safe. Never stick your chopsticks upright in a bowl of rice. This is called tsukitatebashi, and basically it really resembles when at funerals, Japanese people will take 2 chopsticks and put them upright in a bowl of rice as part of a funeral ritual. Not something you should do when you're eating dinner. Don't do it. Aside from that, you shouldn't stab things with your chopsticks. You shouldn't pass food items from chopsticks to chopsticks with other people. You shouldn't lay chopsticks across the bowl of your meal while you're still eating. Yeah, lots of different kinds of etiquette. Don't suck them. Don't use them to move your bowl around. Don't kind of linger over different dishes trying to decide what to pick with your chopsticks. Don't swish your soup around with them. Don't point at people. And you should be okay. This is the most serious thing of all. When in Japan, you must not eat the Doritos because they taste like shit. I actually love the Doritos in Canada, especially the zesty Doritos flavor. I thought that was super delicious. But when you come to Japan and you see Doritos on the shelf and you buy them and you're just super excited to bite into that fatty, cheesy goodness, you might have a little surprise because usually they're pretty terrible. I know there are a lot of different flavors of Doritos in Japan. I've only tried 4 or 5 so far, but to be honest, they've all been pretty disgusting. I actually bought a bag the other night when I was editing a video and I threw it out after I ate about half of it. It was just gross. That was the nacho cheese flavor, by the way.
They're so disgusting.
So yeah, the Doritos here either taste really rank or they're just disappointing. I recommend steering clear of them, and you know, you're in Japan, there's so many other really delicious snacks you can try, so try something you've never seen before, and maybe you'll love that. Don't waste your money on Doritos. And I've actually made a couple videos about Japanese snacks over on my Japanese channel, Charles Talk, so check those out if you're interested too. Alright everybody, those are just some quick tips so that you can not embarrass yourself in Japan and not get into unpleasant situations. If you want more tips, let me know in the comments. It's always a good experience going to different countries and learning the customs and sometimes embarrassing yourself when you're doing so, but isn't it just better if you can avoid some of that embarrassment up front? So I hope you guys found this video helpful in some way or another. If you did, please smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.